Hello guys, this is Roger69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, I'm gonna give you my thought for this week Rebirth, which is Wonder Woman Rebirth issue number 1. There is one shot. Love that cover. Look at that. Awesome cover. I really like it very much. Second one is the Flash Rebirth. Awesome cover, but not as Wonder Woman. Look at that. Next one is Detective Comics 934. Check this out. A lot of stuff going on this cover. Look at that. Like the way that they, how they wrote Detective Comics, kind of like it was kind of like on the top of an entrance or something, made out of stone, which is very interesting. And look at that cover. A lot of stuff going on the cover. It looks pretty busy to me. Next one is Aquaman Rebirth. This cover is okay, not bad. I would say that another different cover would be a lot better. But you know, we cannot have it all in our way. Oh well. Next one is, and the last one is Superman Action Comics 957. Check this out. Awesome cover. Awesome cover. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Action Comics, not any in a particular order. But before I start, I have to say that it's hot today. When I mean hot, it's extremely hot. There's a lot of humidity today. I mean, we've been having, since the past 4 or 5 days, we've been having about no lower than 95. I mean, it's just too much. I mean, whoa, it's really hot. I mean, probably some of you might be thinking why I should not go to the beach. Well, it's too hot even to go to the beach. Even though that you go into the water, well, you cannot be underwater. I mean, so while from the neck down it's gonna be underwater, which is gonna be okay. Your head's gonna be getting all the heat. Look at the time. The time right now. Sorry about the glare. And look at the temperature. I don't know if you can see it. No. No. This is the temperature right now. It's 102, 91 degrees. Now, that's hot. So let's go to the comics. Okay, first one, Superman Action Comics issue number 957. Basically, now this is good. This is really good. Basically, the story goes around the 90s Superman, his first meeting with Lex Luthor. Now we know that Lex Luthor is kind of like the new Superman after the new 52 Superman died. Well, kind of like he took over. He said, well, don't worry about it, I'm the new Superman, and I'm here to take care of all of you, as you can see here. So this is the first meeting. So while all this going on, you know, he's on the news. You know, the news are broadcasting all that. And Clark Kent from the 90s, he sees that on TV, Lex Luthor. So he goes to the bathroom and he starts shaving. So he shaved his beard and he says, well, look, I am not going to tolerate this, that this Lex Luthor is going to take over. And Lois Lane goes like, well, this Lex Luthor is different from our world. And he says, yeah, but Lex Luthor is still Lex Luthor, no matter what timeline we might be. So I like this page because it reminds me of a cover. I don't recall the number or the title, but I know that's in the cover. I think it is when Superman goes into exile, self-exile, I believe so. So we see the classic Superman finally put up his suit, and he said, well, here we go. Let's go to Metropolis. So the whole story goes between Superman and Lex Luthor, how they got into a fight and all that. Not only that, while all this going on, uh, Clark Kent shows up. Let me see if I can find it. Because before that, Lex Luthor says, which I find it funny. He says, "Well, your Superman is here. You aren't Superman, Luthor, eh? I am." So there is Superman standing tall, telling Lex Luthor, "You are not Superman. I am," like the boss. So he's like, well, you're an imposter. Forget about it. You're just a clone or whatever. And they get into a fist fight. Not only that, Louis Lane and his son, they're looking through the TV. So the all hell break loose. Check that out. Now I have to say that I like the art though. Look at that. Look at that art. And the colors, everything is really nice. So not only that, while all this fight is going on, which I have to say they're really good. Check that out. Look at that. Look all that fighting that is going on. So a new guy shows up. You know, kind of like, okay, where this guy come from? And I'm talking about this guy here. He says, well, I'm Clark Kent. So how many Clark Kents there are? So check that out. Not only that, that there's a spaceship that's supposed to be carrying New 52 Superman's dead body. Well, obviously. So it seems like that something or someone escaped from the box, and not, and to make things worse, not that there's a Clark Kent. Guess who also shows up? See if you can recognize this guy. I'm gonna spoil the head out of this comic because I mean it's awesome. And the last page, which I love it. Doomsday is back. What? Why he's back? Well, I don't know. This is the classic 90s Doomsday. Because as far as we know, the Doomsday from the New 52 is dead. Period. So, I guess with this new rebirth, well, the classic Doomsday has returned. That's what I am assuming. Now, whether this is the Doomsday from the New 52 or from the 90s, well, I have to wait and see. Seems like it's from the 90s. Where he was after, well, there were a couple of stories after the death of Superman, which I haven't read. So I hope that they will explain here how he came to this Earth, if it is the New 52 Doomsday, how he came back to life, who put Doomsday on this special suit. There's a lot of questions, but I'm very excited about it. It's been really fun. It has that nostalgic 90s. At least I know that most of the people hate the 90s. Well, for me, it was fun. Yeah. To me, the only thing bad about the 90s was the overprinting comic books. That's about it. But it was overprinting is because people were buying, regardless. So to me, that's the only thing bad. But other than that, to me, I like it. And I would give this book 4.5 out of 5. What can I say? Next one is Aquaman Rebirth. The only thing I like about this cover is the colors. That's about it. So the story, basically the story is that he's chasing a couple of bad guys from Atlantis that is trying to kind of like go to dry land and take over. Kind of. He wants to destroy the building that Atlantic built on dry land, on the surface, which happens to be this one. So this is kind of like an embassy from Atlantis that is on the surface. So that way the humans, they can interact more directly with Atlantis than instead to go swimming or going into a submarine, they can never find Atlantis. So kind of like in between. So I have to say that I like the art. The colors are really nice. I like the action. So basically, the story is that they're still continuing that theme about people making fun of Aquaman. That he talked to fish. He's a fish head, and uh, he see him. He doesn't he see himself. Was the term I'm trying to find out. Uh, he got used to of the idea. Yeah, I can. I think I can use that term. That he got used to of the idea that people make fun of him, that people use him as a punchline because they call him fish head, and he only talks to fish, that he's a wimp, and all that. Okay. So other than that, we see that there are some repercussions when right here when the Atlanteans, the clone of Atlantis, when that story arc, when the Atlantis attack the surface and Justice League versus the Atlantis and all that. Remember on the beginning of the New 52? Well, that. Now, I have to say that, like the art, look at that art. Like the colors. It's awesome. I like it. Look at that. So, that's the story. He finally subdued the Atlantean bad guy, put him into jail. Then he goes to that little cafe Sam's on the lighthouse island, and we see Mira there. They're eating and talking, couple stuff. The thing is that while all that's going on, somebody's watching from the distance, like a typical story. Someone is watching from the distance, as we can see here, and that person sorry about the glare. That person watching from the distance is Black Manta. So he seems like he still have that crazy idea that he still want to kill Aquaman. So it's more as a setup than anything else. It did not move anything forward. Kind of like when you finish a story arc and you got a prologue story that has nothing to do with anything else, it's just a prologue, like watching a commercial, kind of. And then there's a new story arc, which on Aquaman #1 is going to start the story arc with Black Manta. Like the cover, the story was okay, nothing to go overboard, nothing to lose your mind about it, and I would give it 4 out of 5. It was a fun issue, so I cannot complain. Next one is Detective Comics issue 934. Now check out this cover. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, basically, the whole story goes around that Batman, he's creating a team. Whatever that means. I'd say I call it like kind of like the Batman Suicide Squad. Instead to be bad guys, they're all good guys. But more or less, reminds me kind of like the Suicide Squad, in a way. Now I have to say that like the art and the color, we get to see here Batwoman. So Batman search for Batwoman. They say, look, you have a lot of military training. You know how to give discipline. You have discipline. So I want to make a team, and that team goes with Cassandra Cain, the mute Batgirl back in the 90s. We have Spoiler, and we have Robin, which is, I don't know which one it is anyway. I think it's Team Drake. I'm not sure. Oh, that's another thing which I like. That it was fun to see Batman fighting against Azrael. That was nice to see Azrael back in the universe. As you can see, the colors are really nice. I like the art. The art is really nice. Like the color, like the panels on this page. Look at that. Really nice. So the story is basic. It's another setup for the beginning, a prologue for the new story arc. I like this page here. Is really, I like it. Really nice. So the thing is that Batman search for Batman. And she says, well, look, we're going to make a team. I need to make a team and I want to be part of it. The thing is that during the story, seems like Bruce Wayne acknowledged that Batwoman is his cousin, which I just find out. Although I read and I heard people talking about it that they were sometimes they were kind of like cousins. So seems like Bruce Wayne did not want to acknowledge till he finally did it. So we get to see here spoiler, which it was nice to see her. It was really nice. And the next one is Red Robin, Team Break is gonna be part of the team. The thing is that I find funny is seems like Bruce Wayne or Batman seeing he sees Team Break and Cassandra Cain as kind of like they need more training what they have. So I would say it's more like uh, discipline, more as physical training. I believe so. I don't know what the writer is going has on his mind, but Tim Drake being a Robin for a long time, and Cassandra Cain, and spoiler, all the spoilers. She's kind of new in the New 52, so I assume that the only one that can have a little bit of training would be spoiler. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can. That's the only point I can think of. But other than that, this story reminds me kind of like Suicide Squad. Except, like I said before, Suicide Squad all being good guys. And the last one is uh, Clayface, as you can see here. So, so they find Clayface in a movie theater watching himself when before he became Clayface when he was a big Hollywood actor. So for some reason, Batman choose Clayface to be part of the team. Why? I don't know. The only reason that I can think of is because Clayface has the ability to transform to look like anybody, any human being. So that's the only way that I can see why Batman choose Clayface to be part of the team. And not only that, that Clayface says, without a fight, he says, okay, well, that sounds like fun. And you want me to be part of your team, Batman? Well, let me think about it. Okay. So, and without punches and kicking, and fighting and biting each other's ear off or pulling hair, it was too easy. Because we know that Clayface, he hates Batman all the time. So, I don't know what's going on here with Clayface, but it got my curiosity. So look at these two pages here. So basically, Batman is the boss, and Batwoman is kind of like his second hand in command. So in the other side of the city, or whatever that part is, we see somebody forming an army of bad guys. Which have to say that the bad guys look pretty neat. The little guys over here. So actually, I don't know who's that silhouette belongs to. Probably it's Bane. Rasa's Ghul is not Rasa's Ghul. Bane, I don't think so. It's someone. So like I said, this is a prologue for the new story arc on, well, this is supposed to be the first part, but it's more like a prologue than anything else. So the story was fun. I like the art. So what you see on the cover is what you see on the inside. Like the colors, the art, the story was okay. It wasn't much of a detective comics in the sense that Batman was not using his detective skill, more like he needs put up to form a team. it gets an army of whoever that appears on the last page. It was fun. It got my curiosity. I was expecting something better. So to me, it was average story. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. Now remember about the way that I grade my comic books. So instead to go 1 to 10, 2.5, 8.5, 3, 10, or whatever. So I go by 3, 4, and 5. If I give a comic book 3 out of 5, it means I did not like it. 4 out of 5 is just a standard regular story. It wasn't bad, but it was a good item. If I give it a 5, it means that I love it. To make it more simple. So next one is Flash Rebirth, issue number 1. Now check out this one. Okay. So far, this is the only comic book that it continue the story from Rebirth one shot. It tells the story between the two Flash when they meet up together, when they go to the Batcave. It was more like a filler, kind of like if you haven't read the first issue of Rebirth, the one shot, and you read this, so this book kind of like brings you up to date. It did not progress anything at all, maybe 1 or 2 points of the story, and the first appearance of this new bad guy called Speed God or Godspeed. The art reminds me a lot from the original Flash on the New 52 on the beginning, kind of have that color. So this guy here, I think, wait a minute, yeah, this guy here, wait, okay, this guy here seems like that's the new Speed God or Godspeed. Well, the new Flash bad guy. I think it's Godspeed. I'm not sure because after that page we go and we see Professor Zoom. So I don't know. I'm not sure about it. So kind of like telling you backstory about Flash and when he came back to this Earth. So what he's doing and this and that. More like talking about old times. As we can see now, I like this page here. It was really fun. So basically, that's what it is. It's nothing much happened, and I like this part here when Flash goes to the Batcave and Batman is checking that happy face from the Watchman, as we can see here. It was a fun story. Not the greatest. It was good. Don't get me wrong. And the story finished when actually, which I believe actually arrived to this universe, Godspeed. Where is it? Oh, right here. So you see the blur. So I believe that has to be Godspeed or Speed God. I think it's Godspeed. If I get the name wrong, let me know. So overall, just more like remembering old times, kind of like putting you up to date of what happened, a recount of what happened on the Rebirth one shot, more or less. So, and that was it. So we give it 4 out of 5. And the last one is Wonder Woman Rebirth. Now I love this cover. Oh yeah, I like this cover. I would say that this is the cover of the week. The story. Okay. The story is kind of like confusing a bit to me. Now I have to say that I like the art. Love the art. The art is done by what's his name? The art is done by Matthew Clark, and the writer is Greg Rucka. But as you can see, look at that art. I like the art. It's really nice. I love it. We see that Wonder Woman came back with her old uniform. The thing is that I did not know that Wonder Woman, she can use her lasso as a whip. As you can see here, that's a new power that she's getting. Not a new power, new ability to use her lasso of truth as a whip on Rebirth or she used to use it before the new 52. I do not know. So if she has used her lasso of truth as a whip before, well, let me know because personally I have no idea. So that's a new add to Superman, Wonder Woman's abilities, as you can see here. So I like the art and the colors are really nice. So basically, she's kind of confused again. She doesn't know if she was born, if she her father is one of the gods, or she was born out of clay. She's kind of like confused. Okay, I was born this way, I was born, or I was born that way. So she's kind of like confused. She's starting to look like Batgirl on the beginning of the New 52. She was always confused, or Supergirl, same thing. So I hope that they don't go that direction. If they're gonna go that direction, I hope that they do not drag it so much. I know. So the story was she sees here that she's looking the helmet of the God of War. She's still confused about, well, if I'm a god, I mean, if I'm a peacemaker, how I can be God of War at the same time. It is ironic, I know. So God is hot. Uh, and then she's kind of like auto. It's like she's asking all these questions to herself, and not only that, this is a new thing that I did not know that she can do. And also we get a little bit of a background when she was a kid, as we can see here, is that now I just say I like the art, like the art. Look at those colors. Look at it, love it, really nice. And the thing is that look at look at that art, love it. Sorry about the glare. Look at that. So the thing is that not only that, I did not know that she can do that to herself. The sorry, I have a oh, I have a eyelash inside of my eye. Hmm. Okay, it's gone. Sorry. I did not know that Wonder Woman she can use the lasso of truth on herself. Kind of like you cannot lie to yourself. I didn't know that, as we can see here. So she wrapped around her arm her lasso of truth, and she starts asking questions to herself. And by using the lasso, so she make herself to tell the truth. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Now that's a new ability that she can do. If she can do that before, let me know because I have no idea. So while she's asking herself or questioning herself by using the lasso of truth, which I don't know how, when you're gonna need that. I mean, why anybody gonna do that? I mean, how can you lie to yourself? I got lost there. Not only that, that once she used her lasso of truth on herself, she realized that she'd been what? She'd been a fool. She realized that she's not sure if she was born out of clay or her father is a god or something in between. I don't know. So she got more confused than before. And not only that, she got into a bad mood. Look at that. And she just shot her at a mirror. Now, from each piece of the glass from the mirror, we get a small glance of her life, different stages of her life since she was born up to the new 52 and up to now. even acknowledged here when she was kissing Superman. So now I have to say that I like the art, I like this page, I love it, really nice. And then she realized that she'd been a fool. She'd been deceived. It's kind of like, so she's not sure who lied to her or whom deceived her, or maybe she's lying to herself and she figured out that she lied to herself, and who make her lie to herself. If that makes any sense, I don't know. So I like, and then she decided to go to Olympus. While she's been there, she started fighting with those creatures that are from the Greek mythology, like the Minotaur, I think Minotaurus, right there. I was reading that she will actually fight Medusa, but it did not appear. So as we can see here, and then while she's there, she just she finds out that the Olympus that she's at, well, it's not real. So it was very confusing to me. I have to say that I like the colors, I like the art. It just few stuff that they did. Now, is she did, I mean, she had that ability before the New 52, and then I can understand it. Then the story would make sense, but I'm not sure if she had that ability to use her lasso of screw on herself, and about using the lasso as a whip. But I'm more confused about the lasso of screw. Why she had to use it on herself? So she can find out that she was lying to herself, or she'd been a fool, or someone. Well, actually, it was someone make her that. Maybe those 10 years gap that happened to be with this rebirth that Dr. Manhattan did. So to me, it was a very confusing story. Maybe I had to read Rebirth, the part of there is a Wonder Woman there, or read it or wait for issue number 1. That will make a little bit more sense. So I like it. It just it didn't make too much sense to me. Don't get me wrong. If some of you have read it and make more sense, please let me know. So I would give it 4 out of 5. What can I say? So to me, the story of the week, at least from this Reaper, have to go to nope, have to go to Superman. I love this is the story or the comic book of the week to me is Superman. The rest of them they were good, but I like more this one. And the cover of the week, well, believe it or not, happens to be Wonder Woman. So best story and best cover. So far this Rebirth thing, it's been fun. I have no complaints. Yes, we get the 32 pages in a way, but we don't. There is more about advertising than anything else. But what the heck? Yeah, is $3 no matter how you look at it. So it was fun so far. I mean, this Rebirth has been fun. It has been interesting. Seems like we're going back. They are bringing a lot of storylines from the 90s and before the 90s. Few elements, and it's been fun. I like it. I really like it so far. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward for the next Rebirth and continue reading and see how this new universe will go. Although technically is the new 52, still the new 52 universe. They just changed the name of it, and they just killed the new 52 Superman. But basically, still the new 52. In a way, they add that 10 years gap. So I hope that eventually They will resolve how and when and who is behind all this besides Dr. Manhattan, which I believe is more than Dr. Manhattan. So it's been fun this week. It was a fun read. Well, guys, I wish everybody to have an excellent comic book reading and excellent week. And that's it, guys. I hope that you like this video. Till later. Bye.